Good, happy Wednesday evening, January 12th, 2022. I'm Riley King. Welcome to this Wednesday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's get started right now. First up, Sununu, New Hampshire at beginning of Omicron Surge. Let's take a listen to that video.
In today's competitive real estate market, buyers and sellers need the experience and guidance of a realtor more than ever.
The main thing I think we want to talk about and make folks aware of is, as Dr. Chan said, there is a very strong resurgence of Omicron across New Hampshire. We want to talk about a little bit what it means for the state. Like the rest of the country, we are likely to see more cases than we've ever seen. Omicron is now the dominant strain here in New Hampshire, even over and above Delta and definitely the original alpha viral strain of the COVID virus. Up until now, we were really at the peak of the Delta wave, and obviously now, as was indicated, we're going to see a surge of Omicron across the state. We know that cases are going to increase. Cases are not likely the cases that are reported are not likely representative of the total infection, given that we have so many folks in New Hampshire, especially compared to the rest of the country, that are just doing a lot more home testing, which again is a very positive thing in that folks can find out earlier and often that if they are positive and isolate themselves from the rest of the population. But what it also means is that not all the data is reported up to the state. So whether it's the case numbers or the percent positivity, all that could be skewed a little bit. We still continue to look at hospitalizations and fatalities. Those numbers still continue to be extremely high, at their highest levels, frankly, still. And it's nothing that's likely going to go away in the next week or two. This is part of the winter surge, part of the long haul, which is why we put so many of the mitigation strategies and measures in place early on to help provide some flexibility to hospitals and healthcare systems. We still want to encourage everyone, get vaccinated, get boosted.
Okay, and there you go on that video. Manchester Police, 300 tips received in search for 7-year-old Harmony Montgomery. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
New Car Auto Mall of Chilton has them. New Car Ford of Plymouth has them. And of course, New Car Pre-Owned Super...
So they don't know me, I'm Chief Alan Aldenberg. It's ALDENBERG, Chief of Police for Manchester Police Department. I want to come back together today to highlight the vast support we've got from the community in regards to the reward money that's come forward thus far. It's been 2 weeks since Manchester Police has opened a missing person case for 7-year-old Harmony Montgomery. And in that time, the citizens of Manchester and surrounding cities and towns and states have consistently showed their support and willingness to help. As of today, the fund is growing to $104,000. Tips continue to come in through our dedicated tip line, and numerous people have offered their monetary support. Today we received another $4,000 in pledges towards the reward for credible information that leads to the location, that leads my detectives to locating Harmony. As I said before, $104,000 thus far. We've received approximately 300 tips. All of them are being investigated, vetted out. Every single one is being taken serious. So we ask that people continue to call that dedicated tip line at 603-203-6060 with any information that they think is relevant to this investigation. So with that, I'll take a couple questions, but bear in mind I'm not going to touch on anything specific to the investigation. Amy?
Chief, if someone didn't come forward...
Okay, and there you go on that video. Woman killed in fire at Nashua Mobile Home. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
New Hampshire Chronicle, now in its 20th season. Watch new episodes weeknights at 7 on WMUR.
This is what Patrick Fideli woke up to Wednesday morning in Nashua when he looked across the street. He couldn't believe how quickly the home went up.
It was really, really bright red flame right in the center, and then the whole mobile home just engulfed in flames. It was really, really terrible.
Patrick estimates it was about 1:30 when he called 911. When the fire department arrived at 21 Mercury Lane in the mobile home park, there was no chance to try and search the home.
The building was completely involved in fire. It was obvious that there was no way anybody was going to survive in the fire.
The outdoor temperatures for firefighters were hovering in the single digits, and the cold did cause a problem.
We did have a problem with a frozen hydrant that got rectified, and then we were able to establish a water supply.
Crews were able to keep the fire from spreading to any of the surrounding homes, but as they knocked down the fire, they made a grim discovery.
We discovered that there is a fatality. It took approximately 20 to 30 minutes to get the fire under control.
Neighbors say that the woman who lived in the home had just moved in this summer, that previously she had lived in Massachusetts. They describe her as a quiet woman, someone who will be missed.
She was a nice woman, she really was, and it's a tragedy.
The cause of the fire does remain under investigation, but investigators say the damage was so significant it may be very difficult to pinpoint the cause. Reporting live in Nashua, Ray Brewer, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Newington outdoor COVID-19 test site shut down because of broken generator. Health officials say more than 100 indoor test sites still available. The outdoor COVID-19 testing site in Newington was closed Wednesday because the site's generator failed, health officials said. All 4 New Hampshire outdoor testing sites were closed Tuesday because of frigid weather. The sites were scheduled to reopen Wednesday morning, but officials said the site at the Fox Run Mall in Newington was unable to open because it had no power. Officials said workers are trying to fix the generator, and they expect the site to be back open at 9 a.m. Thursday. Health officials said there are more than 100 indoor locations available for anyone who needs a COVID-19 test. The state has put together maps showing locations of PCR test sites and rapid antigen test locations. Free at-home COVID-19 PCR tests are also available by request at the state's COVID-19 website. And we are going to switch gears now, and let's go into weather. With a full weather forecast, let's go to meteorologist Kevin Scripa.
Walmart, America's largest, is hiring. Earn up to $28 per hour plus benefits working at Walmart's distribution center. Get a $5,000 sign-on bonus, but hurry, you must be hired before January 31st. Apply today online or text DC to 240-240. Watkins, welcome.
Another storm system eventually headed in our direction with another batch of Arctic air down the line. For the time being, temperatures modifying into the 20s to lower 30s this afternoon. A couple of snow showers up north. Otherwise, relatively quiet as we go through the afternoon and into this evening, where temperatures won't be as cold. Temperatures will be in the teens and 20s overnight tonight with a thicker cloud cover around. A lot of clouds, maybe a few flurries, but temperatures between 30 and 40 from north to south on your Thursday afternoon. And then another front makes its way in on Friday. This will be on the backside of a large storm system that remains to our south and will be pushing away into the Canadian Maritimes. But behind that front will be a northerly wind, which will be gusting at times over 25 miles an hour Friday afternoon and send temperatures backward. As a matter of fact, this batch of Arctic air will be very similar to the one that we just had. We're talking sub-zero wind chill readings for the daylight hours on Saturday with highs between 0 and 15, and sub-zero temperatures are a possibility activity early on Sunday morning before sunshine gradually gives way to clouds on Sunday afternoon. As far as the next storm system, looks like arrival would be Sunday night, late, and would be around at least through the morning hours on Monday before pulling away later in the afternoon. The track of this system, whether it's inland or offshore, will dictate precipitation type. Right now, it looks like snow to a wintry mix across parts of the state. But again, we're going to fine-tune that as we get closer. The timeline, again, would be centered around Monday morning. As far as our temperatures are concerned, we do modify here going forward, only to have another blast of Arctic air making its way in. A couple of snow showers up north this afternoon, and then we drop between 15 and 25 later on tonight. 30 statewide, a lot of clouds, maybe a few flurries tomorrow. And here's a look at that 7-day forecast, which has the colder air returning Friday night and into Saturday and around through Sunday morning.
Okay, and there you go on that weather forecast from meteorologist Kevin Scripa. Thank you for that weather forecast, Kevin. And that did it for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great evening. Good night and goodbye.